Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Heretic. This is episode 4 and the level today is called the Guard Tower. I do quite like this sort of Shakespearean looking texture set that they're using. It's very nice. Pleased that I can shoot out the windows as well. Just realised I probably should preserve my arrows a little bit more than I am doing, especially when it's just the run enemies like that. So, traditional working save slot. And we're underway. So I've played this game before, but I've never done a Let's Play of it before, and I'm actually quite enjoying that part of it. I think that it gives me a new appreciation for it when I'm describing what's happening. I'm not just looking for monsters, I'm sort of thinking about the level design and textures and things like that, and yeah, I find I'm appreciating the game a bit more. So I actually bought this game in a big box in the, I don't know, late 90s I suppose, from Toys R Us. And it wasn't the not the classic game, it's the Shadow of the Serpent Riders edition. So it's got slightly different box art than the thumbnail that I've used, although I do quite like the original thumbnail, which is why I've used it. The version that I bought had the 3 episodes of the main game plus 2 extra ones. Now the 4th episode's sort of famously insanely difficult, but I think I will probably give it a go. Now, it's a long way off yet, obviously still on episode 1 of the game, but I think it would be fun to see what that's. To see what that looks like. Essentially, it's just going to be a lot of dying after one step, and then reloading. But you know, I'll try and make that a bit more exciting. If only to encourage you to have a go on your own. Quite nice to think back to the days when you could go into Toys R Us and see like Ultimate Doom and Heretic just on the shelf, not like they are now, where they're just, you know, digital things, and maybe, especially in the case of Doom, just constantly kind of played around with tweaking things like changing the health pack icons and adding extra bits and constantly being rebooted and reported to different consoles and stuff. Not as much has happened to Heretic. It kind of is a bit forgotten. I know that Hexen got some ports to the 5th generation consoles. I've got it for the N64, and I played the Saturn version. I don't think Heretic kind of got lost amongst that. I think Doom 1 was the game that everyone wanted, so that got ported, and then by the time the 5th generation consoles came along that they could, you know, take on these sorts of projects, Heretic had kind of become old hat by that point. I mean, Hexen was pretty old fashioned when it was on the N64. Obviously you've got it up against 3D games like Turok and GoldenEye and stuff like that, and then here's this, you know, dated 2D based game. But it's a good port on the N64. But I am going off topic a little bit. Right, here we go. I think one thing that Heretic does that Doom... well, I shan't compare it to Doom too much, but one thing I like about Heretic is that it creates a set of levels that feel like a place. You know, this feels like a village in some continent that's got, you know, a monster problem. And... yeah, I don't know, it's nice. I like that. Something like Quake 1 where you've got this sort of mishmash of castles and tech bases and... Squish. Oh, and I totally forgot to point out that we picked up the claw. So this is the sort of cross between plasma gun and chain gun. Yeah, it uses the claw orb ammunition, so it's not the same as the chain gun in that regard. It doesn't share ammunition with the what's it called? The wand, is it? I was going to say rod or wand or something. Couldn't decide. Anyway, we've got that now. Surprise! And it's definitely one of the staple guns of the experience, certainly on this episode. It seems we've got a couple of tones of power. I'll show you what it looks like when it's amped up. It creates a almost completely different weapon, really. It shoots a hit scan, and that explodes. That explodes out from where it impacts. So it's very different. So you have to keep your eyes open in Heretic because they will just stick a key just randomly on the floor. There won't be necessarily much of a ceremony, or sort of. You won't be up on a throne or anything that often. It's just sat there, so it's very easy to run past something thinking, oh, that's just some ammunition in the corner, and not pay attention. And I'm not saving often enough, so let's do that. So I like this bit. It's very nice, circular. And here's another new enemy. I don't know what they're called. I do, you know, like I say, I genuinely have a big box copy of that. I have a manual for this somewhere, but I just never cared enough to remember the enemy names. It's not like Doom. Right, so here we are at the end of the level. One more of these robed-looking dudes. That's some claw orbs, so let's just sort of check. Yeah, we haven't got many, so let's leave it there. And that's the end of the level, the guard tower. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!